Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So around a week ago, actually over a week ago now, I went up to Edinburgh for the weekend and I decided to film a little come book shopping with me vlog while I was there because we actually spent an entire day wandering around bookshops and I was not complaining. Me and my partner had both been to Edinburgh a few times before, just not together. So we were both pretty happy to dedicate an entire day just to wandering around bookshops, and it was so much fun. The weather was a little bit miserable, I'm not gonna lie, but we looked around some great bookshops and I bought a few books because this is me, you know, like whenever I go to a new place I like to have some books to remember that place by, if that makes sense, but I didn't go too overboard just because we did fly, so I only had hand luggage to take back with me, but I thought I would show you around the bookshops that we went to, and then at the end of this vlog I'll show you the books that I ended up buying. So yeah, in total we visited 8 bookshops in one day, and I'm gonna see if I can remember the names of them all, but I know the first bookshop that we went to was Armchair Books, which is a second-hand bookshop just off the Grassmarket. From there we walked down to Dean Village and across to Goldenhair Books and Rarebird Books, which are quite close together. I think there's like a 5-minute walk between the two. After that we popped into the Waterstones on Princes Street and then walked through the gardens and across to Toppings & Co. The original plan was then to walk up Colton Hill because Toppings isn't that far from Colton Hill, but the weather was not the best, so instead we walked up to Blackwell's and then across to Lighthouse Books, which is, I think it's described as a radical bookshop, but they sell a lot of feminist titles and also LGBT fiction. The final bookshop that we went to wasn't actually originally on my radar when I was doing my research, but my partner found it through Google, I think, and it's literally just down from Greyfriars Bobby. It's called Transreal Fiction and it's an independent sci-fi and fantasy bookshop, which was actually really cool. I'm glad that we popped in there because I did actually buy my final book in there, and then we were staying kind of on the Grassmarket, so it was again literally 5 minutes from our hotel. I think that's everything that I wanted to say in this intro, but let me know actually in the comments if you've ever been book shopping in Edinburgh. Are there any other bookshops that you'd recommend? Because I'm pretty sure when I was doing my research I saw something that said there's over 50 bookshops in Edinburgh, which seems like a lot. I'm not sure if that's true, but obviously we didn't have time to visit any more during that weekend, but I'd love to go back someday. So yeah, let me know if you have any recommendations, but otherwise I will see you very soon to go through my book haul. So we are about to head to our first bookshop of the day, which is going to be Armchair Books, because it's only about 5 minutes from our hotel, and I went a couple of years ago. It's a really nice like second-hand bookshop, and I can remember they had Robin Hobb original hardbacks, so we're looking for a copy of Fool's Errand because we need one to match the other 2 books in the series. So yeah, that's the first mission of the day. Then we're going to head down to Dean Village and then yeah, hi, and then look around some of the bookshops around that area as well. So yeah, really excited.
a mile high when you're on my side, high up in the sky, cruising through the night.
Follow the signs, you're looking like a one-way. Gotta make the right choice. Hope I make the right noise. Hoping that you like boys like me. I know you're feeling me from across the room. I got a feeling you could be my muse. I hear strange when I see you. You say green, but I see blue. Either way, your eyes the ones I'm looking to. When I'm hell first, falling from heaven, baby. Living on the prayer that you catch and save me. I was unaware of our elevation till I looked down. All the people look like it's mile high when you're on my side, high up in the sky, cruising through the night. Tell
So I didn't actually end up buying anything in the first bookshop that we went to. I think I actually mentioned we went to Armchair Books specifically to look for Robin Hobb, but they didn't have any of the hardbacks that we needed, so I didn't buy anything there. However, I did buy a couple of books in Golden Hair Books, which was the second bookshop that we went to, and I think it was actually my favourite bookshop of the day. The first book that I picked up was White Cat, Black Dog by Kelly Link, which is a collection of short stories, and they also included a cute little bookmark as well, which is not going to focus, is it? The main reason I was drawn to this book was because of the cover, which is absolutely stunning. I have never heard of this book, but when I was in Edinburgh, I kept seeing it everywhere. I saw it in quite a few different bookshops, and it was recommended by the bookseller as well in Golden Hair Books, and I think they said it's a collection of dark fairy tales. It says here that it's 7 modern fairy tales from Pulitzer Prize finalist Kelly Link, and there's also illustrations as well by Sean Tan. That's just one of the illustrations there, and the first story in this collection is actually called The White Cat's Divorce, which sounds, yeah, very intriguing. Something else that I really liked about Golden Hair Books was how they did blind dates with a book. So they had this whole wall that had these mystery book parcels where you buy the book based purely on the synopsis. You don't know the author and you don't know the title, and I just really like that concept. So I couldn't resist. I did buy one. I've actually already opened it because I'm impatient. I did do a little reel on Instagram and then also on TikTok and YouTube. I basically filmed this video and I was really proud of it, so I put it everywhere. But the book that I ended up picking is called Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies by Maddie Mortimer, which was longlisted for the Booker Prize last year. I have never heard of this book, and that's why I love the concept of blind date with a book, because I never probably would have picked this book up just based on the title or the front cover, but I really felt intrigued by the synopsis. I think it's about a family who are dealing with a cancer diagnosis. This is the little card that it came with, but it also says that it's a dazzling story of mother-daughter relationships, family, secrets and healing. So interested to see what I think of this, because I have a feeling it's going to be more literary than I'm used to, but yeah, I'm intrigued. Now this next book is by an author who I've been really interested in for a while. I wasn't sure if they would be an author for me because for some reason I had it in my head that they were a horror author, and I don't really read that much horror, but then I kept seeing Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher recommended as a cozy fantasy, so I decided to pick it up because I think I like cozy fantasy. I really loved Legends and Lattes when I read it last year. It was one of my favourite books of 2022, and yeah, I keep seeing this book recommended if you're looking for cozy fantasy, so I'm really excited to give this a go. This is following a main character who I think is offered the tools to kill a prince, but only if she can complete 3 impossible tasks, and I think she goes on this quest and it's kind of a romance as well. I don't know whether this is going to be low stakes or high stakes, but I'm excited to give it a go. I really like this cover as well. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a little chicken on it. The fourth and final book that I picked up was The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow, which is a very floppy paperback. I don't remember the Once and Future Witches being this floppy, but look at that. That is going to be an absolute dream to read. But this is a portal fantasy. I think it's a standalone as well, and I believe it was Alex E. Harrow's debut. I really enjoyed The Once and Future Witches, and I have been meaning to pick this up because, again, the cover is just so pretty. This is a common theme that I'm noticing, is that whenever I do buy books physically, I always buy the books that have the pretty cover. I guess that's not that surprising when you think about it, but yeah, this is a portal fantasy, and I think it's following following a main character called January who finds a strange book that tells a tale of secret doors. Sounds like this might also be a book about books or a book within a book, which is something that I really like. So hopefully I can get to this soon, because I am trying to read more standalone fantasies because it's less commitment and I already have too many series on the go. So those are the 4 books that I bought in Edinburgh. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought of them, because I have heard a little bit about the 10,000 Doors of January and Nettle and Bone, but I haven't heard anyone talk about the other 2. So let me know if you've read them and if you would recommend me prioritising them. But otherwise, I am going to wrap things up here and say thanks for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and click subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me. But otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye.